10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
My apologies. Fight me!
Prepare for battle.
I won't
Get lively
dear,
now.
but
Your ally is on board.
Whoops!
I almost feel bad.
它会是战场的核心啊！
中间的真空区。
Из самого просто примечательного, почему...
Thirty seconds to battle. The battle begins.
A rolling stone. My thanks will come later, when you least expect it. A rolling stone. You get nothing.
Denied.
Bravo. My apologies. My apologies. Rolling up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
don't let it vex ya.
Radiant are scanning.
First blood! No!
Radiant's courier has been killed.
My shield falls.
has all these amazing things to it. He doesn't build Vanguard. He's more of your initiation tool. And I honestly think that this Vanguard thing is just the way. I was talking with Kezu a bit about it yesterday too, and it's just like, I'm even looking at like the SEA region, and it's Centaur, it's Axe, or they pick like Tidehunter, someone who's built in Vanguard. It's getting pretty ridiculous.
He's definitely struggling in that bottom lane, but of course we did mention that earlier. This was pretty much how it's going to go down. I'm interested though with this Kunkka pickup, right? So, you know, we look at what they've got. They've got a lot of bruisers over on the side of Unique here. What's the idea behind this, right? Because you don't really think of Kunkka building, you know, a crazy amount of damage recently. Usually he's more of a survivable, tankier kind of frontliner.
Well, he will give them that, right? He'll give them more tankiness with the rum, so it might counteract the like Ice Vortex and all the big burst damage that VP does have. As bottom, Ghostix should be okay this time around. Top though, save does get caught out. I think he provides a good chunk of catch, because sure they do have the Mars and all that, but this will provide them great catch also versus the Centaur on top of it all. So they've got this like extra thing on top of it. And it's just inside of that arena, you know, you throw your boat, it's very likely to connect if you do get a good arena.
Just so much pressure, though, being placed over on that Mars to get the perfect arena. But the nice side here for FN is the fact that they've got some really nice stacks going up over there in the jungle for him. Bottom lane, though, slow. It looks like they're not going to chase after Bignum, deciding that it's more important to get over here, start hitting those creeps again.
Has to interrupt these pulls at least a bit here. They're getting so, I mean, they're getting so much bottom. I love also Bassi. It got nerfed. Very small though, 0.1 off of yourself this mana regen. Because of this Bassi, like look at the mana on the Sven. He's constantly able to just throw out his stun with Kingslayer, and they might be able to get.
I don't think they have the damage before TP's out. No, he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, look at this. Just stay the AA and the Sven next to each other. Keep them always with mana. Sven will always have mana for stuns because of that little bit of mana regen that Bassi does provide. So they just keep throwing out these spells onto the Mars, and they can't punch back. Like look at AA and Sven's health. Sure, a little bit low on mana, but they're fine on health. As mid,
little bit
FN
off
can't
there.
Get this kill.
Nah, it's pretty difficult to take down this tiny. Just hitting that 6 now. And the bottom lane, they're doing a great job in just, you know, trying to zone out. Trying to zone out the Centaur and this Rubik here. It's too scary to go forward. They don't have any ways to really save either.
Yeah, Ghostix really having. How many salves has he brought out here? I feel like I've seen like 3 or 4, maybe even more regen just brought down to the bottom lane because of the pressure from AA Sven. But yeah, like you said, Bignum, he's at least getting stacks going. So we will have those available for the Mars and the Kunkka to keep them nicely enabled.
Just worried it's not going to quite be enough, but does manage to snap up the regen room.
And I'm hoping it doesn't get stolen, because I know the way VP plays, they're extremely aggressive. The toss forward.
No, they're going to back off. They cancel out the TP as well. I think they just didn't want to take the risk with Bignum being there. It'd be a little bit difficult. But again, Nightfall's just farming fantastic here in this bottom lane. 2.9k for your safe lane core over here. Kunkka doing a great job though too. 2.9.
Yep. Mars really falling behind though. He's already 800 behind his opposite, the Centaur. And the Wraith King is starting to get pressured. The Vanguard's online. So now what do you do in the lane? You kind of just have to bail. You can't actually really kill DM unless you rotate a third hero. So I actually think you might get to a point where you just send Wraith King to jungle really soon. Maybe he builds up his skeletons off this creep wave and then leaves, but I think he wants to get out of this lane pretty soon. They're actually going to look to hurt DM, but it's just going to tickle him.
Yeah, there's not much that this duo can really do. Like, you need at least +1 if you're going to try
I want them to maximize too, right? Because like the Wraith King, he farms super well anyway in the jungle. So unless they're making a rotation to gank him, that's what I'd like. But they're actually making the rotation potentially to steal and gank. So this is actually nice from Unique. So keeping that Wraith King in lane, this is why.
The chase is on here. They want save. Slayer, Cookie hopping forward, but it doesn't expect to have the rest of the team show up as they follow up. Boat goes in, save goes down. And eventually DM will fall. So a nice gank here coming out from the side of Unique.
Okay, so that's the approach they took. Instead of, sending Wraith King jungle, you make a double rotation top, you kill Centaur, and then you can leave Wraith King for a few waves. That's a nice hit. As bottom, Ghostic, got Spear.
But does end up, procking with that cold feet. Need a couple more hits here. This should be a kill for Nightfall. And FN has found the stacks, though. This is like Christmas. Well. Although the rest of EP are very mad about this. We'll immediately try to flush them out of their jungle. Only got a couple creeps there, luckily, but I think they definitely want this Sven to make his way over, or GPK has to take these, because now that they know they're there, they're going to try to put pressure down for sure.
Yeah, GPK is just going to snag him. So Sven's farming good enough. Sven, top of the net worth, having this dream start for himself. He's already got high points in cleave, too, so he's just going to go through jungle, start taking him out. FN, going to start working on this. He's queued up his first item. Okay, Halberd, probably one of the best items you can get on most of these strength cores, and a nice fairy trinket picked up for them. So a little bit of solutions, perhaps, to damage issues that they will be happening. Fairy trinket can help a little.
A little bit. I mean, I like the idea of a halberd, right? It's definitely going to be great against Sven, but I am, again, a little bit concerned that the damage will be a bit lacking, especially early on here.
He wants to go armlet, but you're playing versus AA. It's always just a risk if you do go armlet on these Kunkkas or on most strength heroes versus AA. So I don't know what the other alternative. It's like you want to go BKB, but you don't want to go BKB early. So I think this is the best in between of it all.
Well, this is a nice timing here coming out
for the
Tiny.
That is really quick. It's 9 minutes.
He's just rolling with the brown boots for now, but this is they're going to get the aggression on early. And in fact, look at this Ghost Stick, immediately Avalanche Toss. They've got the Cold Feet proc, they've got the Hex, everything to take down the Mars.
It's 9-minute Plink Dagger. What the hell? He's got it so, I mean, he just straight up rushed it because he has no small items in between. It looks that much faster. It's beautiful. Easy lanes to gank too. And as we saw there, the Ice Vortex, that little bit of amplification. Even though Ghost Stick has double bracer, he is very tanky on Mars. Still goes down.
This is just a little bit worrisome, right, for the side of Unique, because this Mars needs to be the enabler. He needs to be the person that is starting these fights, being the main initiation, so that they can follow up with everything else and make the space for the Wraith King. And it definitely, he's struggling a bit.
He's just gonna be he's gonna die instantly inside of his ulti. It's gonna be difficult for Ghost Stick for sure, but at least he'll probably absorb a lot of those spells. But yeah, he's definitely gonna have a bit of a rough start in this game. And he has to force things, though. That's the problem, is they don't have another melee support or anything like that, so that, they can, it's a Tusk or something, you force spells on yourself. Rubik and Snap like to stay in the back lines. So Mars is one of them is gonna have to give their lives, kind of. So it's probably gonna be Ghost Stick in most scenarios.
What a bleak existence, knowing that, all right, guys, I'm going and I'm not gonna make it out alive. I'm trusting you. Kill everyone for me. Avenge me.
Fox, I'm telling you, it's the non-Vanguard offlaners. They just have to give their life most of the time. VP set up. It looks like we have a big battle.
They have the find, though, over here. They're going to immediately try to take out Slayer. Down he'll go. As over on the side, they're going to try to engage. They're not quite able to find it now, as they do have the haste rune over here on GPK. He's looking for Palantimos. Are they going to be able to grab the time? They get the stop off from DM. They've got the damage toss up into the air. Palantimos, he does have the reincarnation up, so he's going to go down once. And he's going to come back up, but the rest of the team, look at this. They just immediately pincer on him. All the lockdown in the world, all the damage. And with the Serpent Wards being so close to the tower, it'll be a nice, efficient play here coming out from the side of Virtus.Pro.
What a weird defense from Unique, the way that they approach it. The Snapfire is walking up the river rather than playing in the back lines behind the tower, because Snapfire is ult. So ideally, you want to sit like in tree lines to get this off. That was a huge blunder from Unique, the way they set up. Yeah, that was really, really weird. VP just walked through the tower, and Unique just walked in these all different approaches. Every hero walking a different way. Nobody on the same page.
The Avalanche toss back over here on FN. They've got the Ice Blast to boot. They landed over on the Kunkka. The Hex, they'll go and throw out the arena, but they're not able to do anything.
They grabbed him.
All right, there we go. There's those Snapfire kills we're talking about. They take down Kingslayer. They take down Save. Can they do anything else, though, as they find the kill on Big Num? GPK is just walking away here. As the follow-up here is from Nightfall. They don't have enough damage to take down GPK as Slayer snaps up the regen rune. Will hop up to the high ground. So they managed to take down 2 supports. They get the combo off, but it definitely isn't as effective as I think Unique wanted there.
No, and it's you know, it looks great, right? They get these 2 supports, which is nice. You know, they do need these kind of kills for Unique, but now you won't have this to set up for the tower defense. So now I think for VP, you immediately go back mid, you set up for tower push with your Shadow Shaman wards when it comes up in a second, and you pressure it, because they're not going to have their ults available in time. So it looks great from Unique, but yeah, now they're not going to have those ults for the next moments when VP does force the issue. So if VP doesn't, though, then maybe that can be good, because then Unique did get kills. They'll have time to buy those ultis back up. But I think VP's going to hit.
Okay, so you can see GPK just making a beeline here into the jungle. They've got the Ice Blast, the jump forward immediately from GPK, and down will go the Wraith King. So they are not giving them any breathing room here, Fogged.
No. I didn't think they would either. Like, you know, the way VP plays is very bloodthirsty and very around cooldowns. Like, it's what a good team is going to do, playing around those long cooldowns. So immediately, yeah, hit the Wraith King, also swing mid, kill this, kill an Observer Ward too. VP's just doing all the right moves. Unique kind of just slipping up a little bit. It's not like they're making these very bad moves on Unique, but when you make these type of, like, just even one small mistake versus a team like VP, they're going to capitalize heavily, and that is painful. You lost your top tower, you lost your carry twice, you lost your mid tower, you've used ultis on only supports. Things are quickly spiraling a bit out of control, it does feel like, for Unique, and they're not slowing down the Sven, they're not slowing down the Tiny.
No, if anything, like the Tiny and the Sven are running at them constantly. They have no time to actually, you know, gain their bearings as they do make their way back bottom, probably expecting that there's going to be some pressure placed on this tower. They did have a ward over near the river, so to be careful here.
Palantimos almost still has Relic, so that's not bad, and FN still has decent farm. It's just in comparison to the opposite. Like, look at the Sven, 2,300 over the Wraith King at this point. It's brutal, and VP, they're just going to sack this tower. They're not going to risk making a move around here. Just looking to finish up these next big items. They almost have SNY finished on the Sven, so he's already fight ready. Centaur, I believe, had his Hood in his Vanguard, so he's fight ready. Everybody on VP they're ready to battle if it does come to them now.
Well, I think that's one of the small issues with the Unique draft is, yes, you've got these nice combinations, the Mars with the Snapfire, with the boat, all of that. But when you look at what VP has going on, they're just always ready. Like you said, they're bloodthirsty. They're ready to fight. They've got low cooldowns, and they're just so good at skirmishing. So you take a fight, maybe the fight goes a little poorly, but then you bounce right back up again, and you just go right back to battle.
Yeah, and it's easy when GPK and the AA can just make solo moves kind of in a way. Like, well, I say solo, but it's like an Ice Vortex that the AA is contributing, maybe an Ice Black in some situations. They can easily find these kills. Like, they don't have to use the Ice Blast. It's just a Vortex plus a combo, and they can constantly do these kills. Unique, I feel like they have to always, when they go for a play, they have to commit, right? They either have to use the Snapfire Kisses, they have to use the Mars ult or the Kunk ult. VP, they just, you know, Tiny just goes in and Ava tosses someone. Save can just go in and drop a ward combo with a +1 too. It just seems a lot easier for VP to make these hits on the sides. Unique, they have to go for these big team fights, but the big team fights are starting to get pretty impossible because of VP's the items that they're accumulating in levels.
Well, that and the positioning, right? Because, you know, that we saw one of the engagements top where the Snapfire was just a little bit out of position, got picked up by GPK right there, and then couldn't contribute. And when you're missing that large of a source of damage for your early game, things are just going to go sideways very, very quickly. So it's just, it's rough with the way that Unique has to play frame perfect, it feels.
Yeah, just got to keep these squishy supports in the back. Keep your you have 3 tanky bruisers for a reason. They have to be those. You have to utilize them to that effectiveness with your 2 squishies. So, and we also just did see the damage numbers, of course. GPA is kind of just balling out of control. He's done 9,000. Everybody else is sitting at like 3-4K.
And I like this dynamic duo, like you said. It is Tiny plus AA equals whoever they catch is dead. And it looks like they're making their way back over. They get the arena off, though. They're going to try to put out damage here over onto DM. And it looks like they'll eventually take him down, but the Ice Blast coming in hot as GPK jumping onto the back lines here. Gets it tossed off over onto Ghost Ticket. Sven joining in, has the God Strength going online. Will be able to take down Slayer. As the rest of Unique, they don't want to fight this now. They're backing off.
And I hate to be this, like, I hate to be like this, but they got DM, and you know that's great. But look at what they used: Snapfire ult, Mars ult, Kunkka ult. They used everything to kill this tanky Centaur, and now he's up in 10 seconds. He's got Stampede available still. He didn't even use it. So they still have all of their spells, and they're just forcing this Roche because now there's nothing on the side of Unique. There's no team fight because they used it all on DM. And it's not even DM who's defending a tower. It's DM who's just in the mid lane. So they can't even get anything out of it besides just a kill Unique. So VP, although they lose a Centaur, they don't mind.
No, I think you're very okay with this. You're securing yourself an Aegis, which is going to allow you to go and push out those lanes even harder, take some buildings, and like you said, it took so much to take down that Centaur. That's not the person you want if you're trying to go for a gank. You want something quick and easy, or you want someone very high value. And
Yes.
no offense to DM there, but you know, he's more than happy to be that bullet sponge, so to speak.
Especially if he's just in the mid lane. Like,
Yeah.
if he's at a tower and they kill him and they get a tower or something out of it, great. That's fine. That's worth it. But it's just not the case. And, you know, their big target, it is going to be the Sven. It has to be because he's that big carry later on. But by the time that he actually turns up to these fights when they have their combos, it looks like he's going to have BKB. And that completely counters the entirety of Unique's draft. They're going to have, like, no damage. Unless they fully chain stun him, which is... It is there. They do have all this stuff, but he has Aegis. So not going to be the case. It's looking a little rough.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing on top, so yeah, you see this initiation, they have to use a Snapfire because they're using everything over here on the corner. They do take down DM, but you can see like the Sven jumping back onto the back lines, immediately just taking out Slayer.
Yeah, Unique has to full retreat. They know that they used everything, and VP's just like, they used everything. We can just run in at them. So, yeah, VP with a very clear understanding of how they need to be playing this game. Unique, couple little botched movements, really hurting them versus a team like VP. Like, VP just knows exactly what to do, how to punish just any mistakes. So
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'm just concerned for the side of Unique, like you said. A lot of this is just magic damage, straight up. And that was also the concern with the pickup of the Kunkka as well, because it's not typically the person you think dishing out a lot of physical damage until maybe later on in the game when he's accumulated different items. And like you said, maybe they can stun lock this Sven, right? Maybe they line it up all perfectly. The problem with that is that you have so many other stuns coming out from the side of VP.
yes.
So you initiate on Sven, that's awesome, but then you know that there's going to be a Tiny in your face. You know there's going to be a Centaur. You're going to have lockdown coming out from save. You know, there's too many other things that you have to worry about at this point.
And you got to kill him twice. And he's gonna have a pipe behind him because he's got this super strong Centaur to counteract even more of that magic damage. As we said, all magic damage on Unique. And he's pretty much got BKB. This next fight is going to be extremely difficult for Unique when it does kick off. They have to just split push. I think just wait out the Aegis 3 minutes. I don't think that they want to take a fight. If they can see people split off on their own, sure, but VP is not splitting up. Like Save and Kingslayer, Save is always being very careful, and Kingslayer is always playing with GPK. So not giving them any opportunities really on Unique.
They just
And
keep
they
bringing the
dewarded
fights
everything
to them.
too. Yeah. Look where Slayer's farming.
He's terrified. He's even hiding behind the creeps at this point too. Like he's like, no, don't want to be too far over. What if they see me? Oh,
He's like, they'll take a bullet for me. I know it.
Yeah, they'll happily farm him and the creeps at the same time, knowing what you're saying here coming out from VP.
Oh, GPK gets another shawl. Very nice. Extra magic damage, extra spell resist as well, as we said. Unique, all magic damage. Now we've got a Tiny with 15 armor and magic resist on top. Oh, God. That was the perfect pickup. It always is the perfect pickup for every game, let's be honest, but still.
Such a good item.
It really is. Another shawl. I can't believe it still has not gotten nerfed. That's when it got added. I really thought that was one of the items that eventually would have gotten some type of changes, but nope.
I mean, the flow chart of when is it a bad time to get another shawl? There really is no bad time, considering, you know, how fast games are moving early game now,
Yeah.
the amount of magic damage that gets dished out. So.
And it's always on, like, the right hero. So I feel like it's like Tiny gets Fairy Trinket or another shawl. Morphling gets another shawl. The right hero just seems to always get in these games. But, yeah, it's just really value. We always see them carry as Unique. They feel strong right now. Valentimos, he has this Radiance. He's fragile, though. He is going to hurt on the targets that he's hitting, but my God, is he fragile. He has, like, 9 armor.
Look at them. Look at the way that they're just baiting DM. They put him out there. They're like, our big tanky war boy. Put him up front. And it looks like Unique was hoping that perhaps there's somebody, you know, hanging around here. They'll get some wards up, though. Try to take down some vision as immediately we get a counter smoke
VP
coming out
knows.
from VP.
They know they are.
They're hungry. They're
Nightfall.
bloodthirsty. Slayer is the first one to show. They jump up here. DM again, throwing his big old tanky boy body up front. But a Nightfall, Pinswing over on the side, has his eyes over here on Palantivus and the stack, so they'll take down the Wraith King once double damage gets activated by GPK. They just blow up Ghost Stick. And over here, the Ice Blast coming in hot. Will be able to take down Palantimos.
Oh, my God. VP just walks in and finds the 2 highest priority targets. They just remove them really quickly. Excellent jump and control onto the Mars so he can't get anything off. And then Palantimos just gets cleaved. He just gets wrecked, and they get the whole Ancient for the Sven.
Slayer?
Kingslayer, though. Oh!
Yeah, oh, they use a CMP!
Oh, no.
Oh, no, Slayer! Slayer. Slayer was hoping he could get a freebie there, but, you know, Nightfall shows up and says, don't you dare touch my Ancient Apparition here.
Dude, Kingslayer doesn't even smile. Look at him. He's just full business right now. He's just
Stone
like, yep,
cold,
you didn't
yep.
get me. Okay, moving on. Let's go. Next.
Nice try, kid.
Nothing personal.
Nothing personnel. But yeah, they have just taken over this map now over here on VP. And they are trying to make moves. You know, credit to Unique, credit to the fact that, you know, the Wraith King is still, you know, getting some of that farm. But it's just so hard. They're choking them out for sure. And there's just
They are.
not much that they can do about it. You get a BKB, though, picked up on Kunkka. So that'll help in terms of just making sure he's not locked down. But this cleave damage coming out from the Sven is just too scary, honestly.
I don't think they're ever killing this Sven. Nightfall is seeming to be pretty immortal. And just the way that they're swooping, look at this. They're just swooping across the map together, always looking for the battles, and they know how to take the fights. That's the other thing. It's, you know, this is why we are always like riding on the VP train, especially since last season. Just the way that they identify fights and the way they know how to take them. Like DM just charging in from the high ground. Like they know how they want the enemy team and what heroes they want them to focus and what they need to target. So it's been clean from VP this game. Unique, like you said, a couple mistakes. They're costly versus VP, and yeah, we're already seeing the outcome evolve it as Nightfall just has a free game on the Sven.
Now, they just had such strong lanes, too. I don't know how you deal with the amount of lockdown coming out. But Nightfall's just going to be left here all alone, hitting this building with some snake friends, I suppose. But you can see the way that VP, they're already hunting. They know they're top. They know that they want this tower. They leave the snakes because they know they'll finish
Nightfall
the job.
just TPs.
This Nightfall going right on in. They do manage to stun him up with a follow-up from GPK immediate with the Avalanche tussle. Get the boat up over on the back end, though, but they managed to take down Nightfall. And there's the arena. Sapphire Kiss is getting tossed out. Safe is going to go down here. GPK still fighting here. Over here with Palantimos. Ghost Stick sitting very, very low. He will fall. We get the buyback now from Save Cookie Hop, trying to save the Wraith King, and they cannot seem to manage it. Slayer, though, walking by. They don't have any vision over here. Slayer actually going to be able to teleport out because they have their eyes on Bignum. So
They get the Sven, though. Nightfall with a, I mean, he just didn't click BKB. He saw the Wraith King stun flying at him, and he held his BKB. He got greedy. Gets punished for it. The chain stun comes out. But either way, I mean, they clean up the fight with a buyback from Save. And if the fact that they can win this fight that handedly with just a buyback from Save, losing their Sven, kind of says it all right now in the positioning that Unique is in.
well, it was definitely a valiant effort. And you can see here, Nightfall teleporting on in. Gets
He had so
stunned
much
up.
time.
Yeah, he really did. And like you said, if you can land all those lockdown hits and separate him away, definitely becomes a little bit easier. But the FN, he used that BKB. He's running for the hills here. They try to save him, but at the last second, Kingslayer will actually slay the Wraith King. So, you know, appropriate name.
Yep. I feel like that's how I've been seeing most of these fights for FN. He's got great net worth, but it's just what can he just can't do too much. Like he throws his combo down and then he's standing there and he's like, my God, DM is still full HP on the Centaur. Like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I'm ice blasted. I gotta go. So he does have to reset constantly over and over again. But it is astonishing. He's keeping up with that net worth. It's just you're not really feeling the reflectiveness of a 13,500 net worth Kunkka in these team fights.
Well, I think it's one of the other issues is that you just have so many of the rest of your team not quite hitting the same, you know, effectiveness, right? If they all had, you know, if they're closer in terms of net worth, I'm sure we'd feel more strength coming out of this Kunkka. But it's just VP is, especially you look at Nightfall, this guy is just monstrous.
And he wasn't even in the last fight. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he died, of course, right at the start of it. You know, I don't want to put it on one pick or anything because it's never one pick or one play. But I'm not really feeling the Rubik too much. I got to be honest. I'm not feeling like much of anything coming from him. Like, what's he contributing inside of the fights compared to everything else? He's got farm, but I've not seen like these big spell steals or anything yet in this game. And even the lane pressure, right? It made their lane a lot weaker having this Rubik. So I really do think that I'd like to see a different, stronger 4 overall for Unique because I feel like it would open them up to make moves. Because Rubik and Kunkka, you can't make moves together. If you have like Kunkka and Lina, Kunkka and Dark Willow, Kunkka and X other 4 position, you can make so many moves. I'm not really feeling it right now from the Rubik.
I get a scan over on the triangle, and we talked about this. We said how, you know, VP just constantly searching, hunting, looking for any sort of just quick pickoffs that they can get. But Palantimos here, you know, working hard on that BKB. It's getting a little bit closer to it, so, you know, they're sticking in there, but
he'll be a little tankier, but his damage is going to start being a lot weaker because he is just that magic. The BKBs and all this magic resistance is up. Even a BKB now for GPK on top of the pipe and the BKB on the Sven. So they have all the ways to kind of guard themselves versus that Wraith King damage. But the Wraith King, he does need BKB, as we see. It's an unfortunate situation he's been placed in because of the game state.
Well, they're going to be turning that aggression up to 11, or I guess 12 at this point, when you consider how hard that VP has been playing. But they're going to grab themselves another Aegis here. There's no way that they're going to contest it over on the side of Unique. Well, they do smoke up, but they know exactly where VP is now, and I don't know if they want this fight.
No, and they give GPK the shard. Really like it on the Tiny. Infinite tree grab. He's just able to smack. He's got the Echo Saber too, so that's going to be really nice for him. Unique, looking for a hit.
Slayer is going to get picked up immediately. Oh, the follow-up though from DM over onto the low grab with a beautiful stop. It's not looking great here, but it's still going to be able to go and land that Ice Blast. BKBs are being pumped. Look at this damage coming out from Nightfall now as they manage to take down Ghost Stick. They're looking for more, and these Mortimer Kisses are nice, but all they'll be able to do is maybe take down Save because everyone else has those BKBs up and running, picking them falling, and now the chase is on. Slayer's able to teleport out. They want Palantimos. Nightfall, he wants to get there. He needs to be a little bit closer, but he doesn't have a way to grab him here. Just gonna keep running. He's looking. No, he's gonna back off, realizing, all right, rest of my team is not really with me. Gonna play it a little carefully.
You got a little own there by Night Vision. Nice little jukes around as he picks up an AC in the fight. So just having a full 2 items on top of Wraith King, just making that Wraith King look like a creep for the most part in the fight. And my God, DM. The reaction speed from this man, just so quick. As soon as his AA gets lifted up, he gets the jump, the stun on 2 for them to focus fire. And Ghostic has to throw the Mars ulti on the solo AA. They're just throwing their spells because they're kind of panicking in the fights on the side of Unique. For good reason.
I mean, I would have panicked after seeing that stop. Oh my God, like immediately just down to the low ground. Great play coming out here from the Centaur. And again, if you're VP, you're pretty happy that, you know, also you keep in mind, your AA, he's still got his ultimate off. Yes, the Vortex is very important, but I mean, that's your big boy spell. So as long as you can get the spells off before you die. Oh God, Palantimos. Immediate stun over here. The lift, the toss back. Yeah, oh, look at this. DM gets tossed over. They want him, but...
The flying Centaur comes in.
He's always dreamed of being a My Little Pony, you know? He wanted to be a Fluttershy, but it was only in his dreams. Tiny was helping him achieve those dreams, Fogged. Yeah.
VP is just so... they're a treat to watch, really. They're just so quick around the map. 10k lead. Not giving any breathing room. Like, look at this. Someone shows for like a half a second top. GPK's already on the hunt for him. Anytime they show on the map, it's been like that. And, you know, I didn't point out that they picked up this gem earlier, but just these type of things that they're doing. Look at this map control. Look at the ward vision. Unique has nothing. They can't get a single ward out on the map, and it's been like that most of this game, too. It's not just been with the gem. They've been taking out quite a lot of that vision.
And seeing a lot of like vision plays coming out from the Eastern European region like recently, which has been pretty interesting to watch. The fact that they're going for, you know, some of these earlier gems, some of the interesting ward placements too, like Windstrike was putting out. It's really fun to see. Nightfall very, very forward here. Does have save nearby as Palantimos, who was thinking about initiating. They do back off. They're too nervous. They don't really have that vision, like you said. It's too risky, although they do manage to land the hit over here onto the Wraith King. Cookie hop away.
They're scared of this Aegis still. Aegis and Cheese still up on VP. They can't kill these targets. You know, they killed the Sven the once just because he made that mistake. DM with the gem will also take out that ward. And also, we're talking about damage issues. Look what DM just picked up. So he's got his Aghanims. It's absurd now. They buffed it. It's 5.5 seconds of damage reduction. It's absurd how strong it is now.
So definitely the correct play here for that pickup. But you feel so bad. You watched Unique just place that ward and